Hello. How are you guys today? I'm gonna make sure my audio is working. Just 1 second. Here, give me scan a different
It's time to
phone.
move on. We shouldn't stay here.
That should be better.
How are you guys today?
Alright. My audio is working and I got some viewers already. Hello, Spacelo. Hello, Deluxe. Happy Valentine's. Hello, Mello. F you too. I'm playing Genshin Impact again. Took a little break from Pokemon today. Although I might stream Pokemon later, I don't know. Are you guys liking the Pokemon stream so far? Let me know. Furina's here.
Chowing Village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum!
Dim Sum sounds really good. I really want to try Dim Sum. Play Pokemon now? No.
Say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day.
Afternoon tea. Yeah.
Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes
That's
with
a
some
really
tasty
big
snacks.
pot that she's standing by, or unless she's really little. Do you see that in the background?
Now let's see what kind of
Where my
yummy
cursor is?
things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao? Wonder what they're talking about.
I wonder if Furina knows that. She's gotta know. There's no way that she doesn't know.
Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Chaoying Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients. Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Meropide. But
Yeah?
Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji.
Okay.
Since Zhongli is there,
Alright. I'm down.
bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli. Alright, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
It's gonna be me. This whole Archon-related convo is just so funny to me.
Hu Tao, Zhongli, and Farina.
I love how she just pops up. Oh, look at that text. Pops up, around them.
Oh, great. Now Paimon shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Serendipitous.
So both of you are acquainted
what?
with the traveler and
I don't
Paimon,
find
then.
things funny. Yeah, that's why you're not funny too. What? I have keenly felt.
Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli.
From Zhongli.
I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, traveler.
Why?
But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow
Fertile?
me to take this opportunity
45
to
bear.
wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Night,
You've
Furina.
been to Fontaine then.
No.
Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery
'Kay.
and creative inspiration.
I don't know what the whole Fontaine story is yet,
There is
but
definitely more to Mr.
I still
Zhongli
gotta
than meets the eye.
figure it out.
I could tell as much from our conversation earlier.
Oh, she doesn't know that he's the Archon.
Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, There's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine.
I don't know what happened in
Is
Fontaine
he
either.
just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. Yeah. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
I will.
Does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
You may not have heard, friends, but
Miss Hu Tao.
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients.
Bro, do the Archon quest. What the fuck? Well, every time I want to do the Archon quest, something else pops up, and I'm like, I gotta do that first. Did you hear that, Paimon? Yes.
You win.
You have to buy me seafood kanji.
Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
What?
What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
It was Paimon's idea. Uh-huh.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to
No,
what
she
you were
said-
talking
No, do the Archon quest. Hu Tao gets caught up in gang-related activities and gets murdered during the Lantern Rite. Big L.
Oh, I see. That
Uh-oh.
means you, my friend, must have guessed.
That means
I
Hu Tao
was
is gonna
trying to
become her
promote
own
my
client.
business to Miss Farina. That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
Yes,
If
you
that's the case,
dumbass.
then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
Oh my god.
You see? Paimon was right too. Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a lose. Hey, don't be upset, traveler. How about this? You buy Paimon a bowl and Paimon will also buy you a bowl. As for the third bowl...
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me, you know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck. I was just
Okay, traveler,
joking.
simp. I'll buy you a bowl anytime you want.
I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
That's not good.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about
The funeral parlor is about to get a whole bunch of money. Oh gosh. A whole bunch of people died.
Something happened recently for
Can't wait for the next World War.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Who died?
Really? Oh no. Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired
It's
the
not like that.
services of
Paimon wants to
funeral
smoke a
parlor and
bowl.
all. Hey,
Absolutely.
it's not that big of a stretch.
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know
Half
me.
the population of
Do I
Liyue
look
died.
like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral? Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film. Not too long ago, I
Okay.
read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not
Push-
the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has
That's
returned
what
to the stage,
Mhm, mhm.
I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
You might even call it a breath of fresh terror.
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just
God,
to
traveler.
enlist the
So
services of
funny.
Wangsheng
So
Funeral
hot.
Parlor?
Fuck.
Well, not exactly.
How come my stream's blowing up right now? Subscribe, please.
My original plan was to just relax and
Please.
enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it was meant to be.
Do you know who Zhongli is? Ha 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 ha. I can see that comment. That's awesome.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
It was a fated meeting
Zhongli
indeed.
sure loves his lofty turns of phrase.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
What man?
Who was it?
It's
Probably
someone
Chung
you
Yun or something.
know. Wanna take a guess?
Oh, it was Nouvelette.
What? How did did you guess that on your first try?
High vis jacket guy is chilling at the lantern, right? He probably is.
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on.
Why would
today.
Nouvelette even leave for half a day? That's so stupid. You tell everyone about your encounter with Navia and Chlorinde at the top of the mountain. One look at the pitiful expression on Fionnu's face is enough to convince you to leave it the part of about the one shouting.
Huh. Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked.
Okay.
This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
For him, though, swimming would be probably the fastest route of them all.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hu-Tao?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction.
I also never met her. Like, I only met her in the Lantern right last year. Like, I don't... Like, Traveler doesn't really know her that well, I feel like.
Speaking of your friend,
What about him?
he doesn't get out much, does he?
Nouvelette, no.
No wonder.
No, he's
He
a
was
piece
stiff
of
as a
shit.
board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day.
Stiff as a board, light as a feather.
I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
I must agree. Hu-Tao's story sucks, I must agree. See, I never did it.
Is that so?
I never did her, like, story thing, so I don't think the Traveler ever met her, because she wasn't in the main story quest, I don't think.
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
Right.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it
Oh my
off.
god, Nouvelette and fucking Zhongli would... They would start doing unspeakable things to each other because they'd be so attracted to each other. I don't know what to say.
Is that so?
The way he smiled! Bro, he smiled. Judging by how Jean... and taking into consideration Nouvelette's true identity. Who's Nouvelette? Wait, what? Could Zhongli have been avoiding him on purpose? Wait, who is Nouvelette? Wait, is he the actual Archon? Was Furina like a fake Archon? Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. It is what it is. Okay, don't tell me, by the way.
Borrow Miss
I will
Farina's
figure it out myself.
phrase. Perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the Traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. He's got more friends than he knows what to do with.
I have a certain charm
Well,
about me.
that's certainly true.
Aw. Bro, shut the fuck up and play the ducking Archon quest, douche. Me? Hey, no, Evan, don't spoil it for yourself. Am I a douche?
Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Nervalette into loosening up a bit.
Never.
Just tell
Oh, I'm
him
gonna
that
tell him to
LA
loosen up. I'm gonna
is
make him
going
loosen
to
up.
fall
I'm gonna-
apart
Whoa.
if he disappears
Whoa.
for a few days.
No, I'm not a
He
douche.
should
Leave me
keep
alone.
himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water.
You know
every
what? I
once
don't
in a
like
while, right?
the lighting right now. Hold on. I'm gonna change the lighting in my room 1 second. Because my camera looks real weird with this lighting. Let me just change it up a little. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, okay. 1 minute. Alright. Alright. There, let's see how that looks on the camera. Loosen him up, big dog. Yes, you disgusting. Not you. Loosen him up, big dog. Alright, I'm on it. I'm gonna loosen him up. Fuck.
If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
He doesn't need to fill it out then or approve it. He can just do it.
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important. Sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right.
Yeah, he's uptight. Oh, he's uptight.
Leader
Oh.
needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize.
Agreed.
It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old.
Yeah, I kind of
You're
thought.
quite right, Miss Huta.
I kind of figured. Oh, look who it is. It's Nevi and Chlorine.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina. Those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navia and Cloran.
Chlorine.
Hey, over here.
Hi, Navia. She's so pretty. I'm pretty sure Navia and Chlorine were like enemies last time I checked.
saw you
So.
all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
So polite. No apologies necessary.
What are Fontanians?
Any
Canadians?
friend with the traveler and Miss Farina is a
Everyone's
friend
so
of mine.
polite.
Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
I like it too. I like it. Oh. Chlorine's profession, but a quick explanation. Huh. Seems like we're all having a great conversation.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina,
Oh, yes?
Yes.
when are you planning
yes.
to head back? Do you need us to escort
yes.
you?
Hi guys, my name is Evan. Welcome to the stream, and please subscribe and hit the like button. And
I
oh.
mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just like in those ghost stories. 8 paths converge in a wood.
Okay.
Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer
Why is the
look,
wind picking up?
there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams.
Okay, are you done? Jesus. Yeah, I kind of figured that was coming.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Of course.
Farina.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
Yummy.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Chaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hutao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already.
Everyone's leaving my stream and now I'm lonely.
The next time
This
you're in
isn't
this
fair.
neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Good.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of leeway term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Yeah. what the-
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me.
Tons.
Kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps,
Oh.
and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Chlorand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So, all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sigewin.
Who's that?
Chlorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that. They should all be things I can use. I think.
Oh.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually.
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's...
Oh.
Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
Hoarding treasure.
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Meripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Chlorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought. If
Maybe.
only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him.
What about Zhang Li?
Right, Zhang Li?
Indeed.
Clan
What a
said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley.
look for Neuvillette. Why are we?
So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette.
Maybe. Fortress of Meripede. I don't remember where that is. Oh, it's here. The Upper Epiclese. Did you guys subscribe yet? Please. 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 It's really cold in here. Damn, it's cold in here. Damn. Yay, someone else joined the stream. Now I'm not alone anymore. Damn, this loading's taking a little while longer than it should. Okay.
But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
This is true. I don't quite know my way around here. Can I just go inside with the door open? Enter the upper house? Is it around back or is it inside? I don't actually know. I assume it's inside. Wait, what? Where is it telling me to go? Out the door? Oh. I guess anything in here. Oh, okay. It is right in back. think there's a hydroculus back down here somewhere. Yeah, there is. Oh yeah. This matters more to me. I'm just gonna teleport back to the Fountain of Lucine. I really needed that. Let me switch to Chowa. I think he's a faster runner. Wasn't I supposed to meet up with Chowa and fly a kite with him or something? I think I was. Maybe that's later. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll forget. I don't know. Look at the way that mask bounces on that booty. Oh my god. Neuvalet, what are you doing here? Neuvalet. I see you. Oh.
It's Neverlet! We lucked out!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Neverlet?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village.
Okay.
I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Clorant. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
Okay, yeah, Riley. The Duke. Okay, I don't know.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality...
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through
Buy
this
10
stash
boxes,
as
get
fast
half
as I
off.
can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text.
Okay.
During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts. So I decided to have a go. We joked with Clorant some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. Well, a gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the Fortress's showroom.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere. Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you like.
Bereft
You're
of
quite
time.
right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liwei's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once. Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted. But now, I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
Whoa, what? A ladle? It looks like a Pokemon.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations. Really? You like it?
Yeah. Looks cool as fuck.
To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important
Really? You
holiday
like
such
it?
as
Bro,
this,
that was so cute. What the
human
fuck?
custom would dictate that gifts should be in order.
Gifts?
I'm
I don't
afraid
need the gifts.
this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is. That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
Thank
You
you.
are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite. Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol. But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings
gave me the
does
cool
in
ladle.
part originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I got a cool ladle. Wait, was that it? Was that the end of part 4? Nah. Was it really? It was. But I thought I was supposed to go kite flying with Chow. We were supposed to go on a date together.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Alright, claim all my stuff. Dispatch you all again. Alright. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, let's check my wishes here. 7 of those ones and 7 of those ones. Alright, so it's pretty even across the board. Might be able to do 10 missions from today, depending on how many. Oh. Beto? Oh, Beto got. It's Beto's birthday. I don't even have Beto. Why do I get Beto's birthday stuff? That's weird. So, how many pyramid jumps do I have? Not very many. Okay, please bug off. Getting messages from energy drink company, and they're like, oh. Right. All right. So, what? Okay. What do I do now? So this is over. Now. Yeah. So, okay. Do I continue the story quest? Can I claim a key? Sure can. 2 keys. Okay. I think I'm gonna do. Alright. I think I'll unlock one of these because I might as well. Let's do. Let's do Chow. But before I do this, we're doing the Archon quest. As requested, Archon quest. We are continuing with the Archon quest. It's about damn time that I stopped the stream. Thank you guys so much for. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Alright. Let us go. Visit Jacques' family. I don't remember why we were here. Okay, Jacques. Here I come. The Genshin lore has kind of been leaked to me for this quest, but I don't actually know.
It is settled then. Please
Oh, right,
excuse
Jacques,
me
yeah.
and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Adele.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mura and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
Okay, Jacques died.
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, My daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
Your father. Who's your father again? It's been way too long
I always knew
since
that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will
I don't
definitely find the
remember.
truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
So, okay, Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callis. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So, Jacques was sent to kill Callis, but then Callis killed him instead? I don't quite understand. Oh, it's up there.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florence should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
I don't quite get what happened. I don't remember. Who's her dad?
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House? Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned.
Whose
Do you
clothes?
think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
Oh. So maybe he shot him because someone turned him into water.
At least from our
I see.
perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Maloof's told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callis's honor in your... And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callis the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Because he was a good man and
Many
they shot
people have
somebody?
laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callis, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callis's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today, no matter what others might say. He'll always be the man I respect the most, and he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth.
Hello, it's my lucky day. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently doing the Fontaine quest because I've been begged by by other viewers to do it, so I'm doing it.
You and
I'm
all
just
our
trying
other
to
comrades of
remember
the Spina
things.
deserve to know the truth
Welcome to
as
the stream,
well.
by the way. Thank you for joining. Okay. Information regarding Florent. Florent, the advisor at Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callis for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case, and can provide evidence that Callis did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Okay. Oops. Alright. Oh, there's a thing up there. I want to go get it. How am I supposed to get up there, though? Oh, this way. I was really gonna try climbing up the side. It's up there, right? I think, yeah. Is it the main quest? Yeah, this is the main quest. Or I guess you could call it the Archon quest or whatever. But yes, this is the main quest. I was always doing side quests before I wanted to do this because I didn't want to do it too fast, but finally gonna do it.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name
Ow,
for
my
yourself
arm.
at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know.
I love this
The
chill.
way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
This music is so... so chill. I love
Are you
that.
sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
You're already in Fontaine in that You already in Fontaine, that's cool. Yeah, yes. I am already in Fontaine. Already, it's been like, I've been playing this game like over a year now. But already, I guess, it's kind of crazy, but I think my partner, I got to start playing Genshin, and I think they're already like in Fontaine doing everything, and this was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
What happened
so
at the Opera House?
very, very fastly caught up with me.
Lenny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
I'm currently at Sumeru City in the main quest. Sumeru is so long, but it's also so good. Sumeru is such a good story. I really liked Sumeru personally, but it's really long. I'm only AR 43. I'm AR 50, so it's not like I'm not much higher.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though,
Ningguang.
being in the synth business would definitely be profitable.
Wait, Fiorina?
This.
No.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the
I don't think he's totally in the clear, because he's... I mean, I guess. I don't know. If Navia thinks so. Okay, Thierry is the person responsible for the official contact between the Spina di Rosula and the guards. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex. Not unless they're stolen. But I mean, Gardamex are kind of hard to steal, like, would feel like. Right? Well, thank you guys for hitting the like button. That's awesome. Got 5 likes on this stream already. If you guys would like, hit the subscribe button too. That'd be amazing. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really trying to get there. So if you could help, that'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, who's this?
Hello. How may I help you?
Hello. How may I help you, Calcagni?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Why is your voice like that? I feel like this is a rookie voice actor. Sure, I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
That sucks.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress.
Do you guys like my fit?
I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Fair enough.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
It's just how
Everyone loves
Fontaine is.
drama
Why did he
and
do that?
theatrics.
Yeah, I guess so.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right?
Which character did
the
you...
fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Who's at the event? I got, I already had Xingqiu. Or Xingqiu? What? Is it Xingqiu? Xingqiu? I think it's Xingqiu. I already had Xingqiu, but I chose Xingqiu again to get his constellation.
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
It is what we're investigating now, yeah.
I still don't have much solid proof.
Who's
but
texting me?
I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Whatever. Okay.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
Wait, who did that?
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past.
Yeah, yeah, same. We both did the same character then.
But rest
I was
assured,
gonna choose Beidou because I don't have
Poisson
Beidou yet,
will always remain a safe
but I
haven.
chose Xingqiu
If you're
because
scared, you
I
can always
wanted
return
his better constellation.
If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me.
Okay, you
So
said that
it'll
already.
take me a while to recall the Confrérie was responsible for that banquet. So I was out and about the whole time, making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
He said a gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Beidou is that the Kazuha? Yeah, that's Kazuha's. Yeah, like that's like the girl who brings you to Inazuma, and they are on the ship together. Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie de Cabrières, or Confrérie of Cabrières, and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confrérie and the Spina di Rosula have always maintained a close working relationship.
How absurd.
Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. Okay, go over the clues with Navia. Why do I have to go up there? I was going to choose Beidou, but I didn't. I ended up choosing Xingqiu.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques'
Okay.
family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day.
He told them that he had... Oh, okay.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that
Oh,
he
I
was
like
just being
Xiao,
used
but I
as a
also
tool for murder.
really want
And once he had completed his mission,
Yaimiko.
he'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
of no more use to his boss.
Because my electro type really fit my team. Yeah, Yaimiko's such a cool character. I love her. She got such cool like attacks and stuff. But oh god. Okay, with my team. What is your suggestion? Yaimiko, because electro type really fit my team. If you don't have Yaimiko yet and you really want an electro on your team, I would recommend Official. Or maybe this might seem like a bad recommendation, but if you need like an electro applicator, maybe Dory.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective?
But if you
would be to
have
turn his back
if you
on
have
the
or get
order
Yaimiko, I would
and
just
seek
take Yaimiko.
protection from my father.
I think Xiao's pretty cool. I mean, I have an Animo team. Like I have Xiao, Jean, Farazan, and then I also have Layla, which is Cryo. But I think I would replace Farazan for Venti if I could get him, because he would make such a good he would just make it so much better. He would charge Animo, he would group all the enemies together. It would just make such a good team. Yeah, I think yes, Dory. I think if you need an electro applicator, because her ultimate is like the teapot thingy, which is like a circle area and like applies a lot of electro.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
She's not a great character, but if you just need her for application, maybe Dory or Official.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's
I guess you could
obvious that
also
our
use
enemy has become more
Lisa
antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was
or
revealed.
the Kujo Sarah, but I would less recommend those two. It depends what you're using her for, though, Dory. I think it's more or less like, do you need to apply electro for someone else to deal bigger damage, or do you need the electro to do the damage? In that case, I would use Official or maybe Kujo Sarah, but yeah.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Why do I know that? Why is it thinking I know that? Marcel?
Uncle Marcel?
Because he has a lot of money, right?
My father did really trust him.
Lisa and Kujo Sarah?
And
Okay.
they worked together on a large number of projects.
Then I would probably use
Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques.
Kujo Sarah? I think. I don't remember what her attacks look like or do, so I don't know.
And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use, but I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
Okay, well, if I'm just
I also
constantly
don't
wrong,
think he'd
then
be able to keep
like,
that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Okay, then it was Florent. Fuck.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finance.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He
Broke.
can't.
Brokey.
And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
So it was not. Oh, it was none of them. I think. Whoa. What am I doing? I think. Is it one of those three? Relevant, select, select, select. I think it's gotta be Marcel. If he's got the money. I don't know. Right? Like, that would make sense. Theoretically. Oops, crap. One sec. It has to be him.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus? Who's Malus? Is that Uncle Malus? Yeah. No, that's Marcel.
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered.
Oh, Malus
When
is
he laid
that,
out
yeah.
his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of
my
sense
friend
as well.
pulled Nahida. Now he show off with his damage. I don't know what Nahida does. I don't understand what Nahida does. She does this weird attack thing that connects all the enemies together, and Nahida broken. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know what Nahida does.
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Hey, Thierry.
Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Oh, great.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Tartaglia.
What? Is that someone you know?
Are you defending him now?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
He's not even from here. He's from Shnezaya.
How? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah, and it'll be
Right.
a lot harder
Nahida
than to
by
clear
herself
Mr.
is really
Callus's
weak.
name.
She reacts to everything, and that makes her really strong. I see.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Just as expected
I'm
of
gonna
my
go investigate.
partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House.
What if
and
it,
charge
what if
Marcel
he's
as the
telling
true
people
culprit.
though?
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though.
This particular
unless we find
pyro,
more evidence.
hydro, and
It'll be up
electro.
to you to make
Oh,
it
okay.
back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
I really don't know.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Arrhenius. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then.
See you then. Goodbye. Who's texting me? I don't care, AliExpress. Would you fuck off?
Now that Navia
Happy
has
Valentine's
set
Day,
up
by
for
the way, you
Arrhenius,
guys.
we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater.
How do I dive?
Try to find the entrance.
Left control. Oh. Talk to Paimon.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
I think it does because it's underwater.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Well, she's probably not even there yet. Meanwhile, inside the Opera Epiclipse. Brr, it's so cold in here. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna turn the heat on.
That I must repeat my question again.
Okay. Turn the heat up a little.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
What? I'm back. I'm here. Okay. My friend's team is Hu Tao, Fiorina, Nihida, and Tanner. I got 4 or 5 stars. With this team, he make it up to 600,000 K damage in one hit. Like the music. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man. Huh? What's going on?
Surprised audience member.
Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Child showtime, yeah, I know.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Is it?
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Bro.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this...
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
I just guess it was Marcel.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, Wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I
Why
can
did the
explain
music
my
stop?
charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Oh, right. Chlorine killed... Oh, right. What? So, yeah, Chlorine killed her father.
These are the known facts about the case.
Okay.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him.
Wait, what? The third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father.
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor.
Okay.
Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing.
Something's not...
You? This? I don't know. Oh, what? Is it this one? Oh, it's none of them. Okay. Oh, okay, so... Oh, wait, I thought... But is one of these just... What? Okay.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder.
Okay. Okay, sorry, what was that? What did that say? The suspect did not dispute this conclusion also. Huh. Wait, no. That would be to do with you, right? Oh no, maybe it was this one. This has to do with you. Yeah, okay.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. How unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
Oh, right, yeah. You said he didn't know. Wait, wasn't it you who said he didn't have a gun? Someone said he didn't have a gun.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus. only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This
So there was 4 people?
is the true version of events.
And caused the hired assassin, the true culprit. Okay, explain it again for me.
Ah, so that's what happened.
Canny
Wait,
audience.
you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Okay, so now what? I'm so confused.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine 2 things. 1, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively,
Maybe.
she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel...
Oh, shit. I didn't hear what the question was.
Yes, as a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live, or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Okay.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene.
Right. He was here.
Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Not much you can say to that.
I know that even with that,
I
you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
Why is he being so smug?
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
No, I just guessed.
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Okay, good point.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navi will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me. And it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken
You must
from
not be
them.
Marcel then, I guess.
The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the
What's
serial
synth?
disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Or maybe Marcel's not.
So you do know that name.
Who's
merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while earlier at the entrance to the synth. Who's Vache? Isn't that the guy who melted right in front of us? Because proceed deeper. What the hell? Party setup. Sorry. Oh look, it's Gardamex. Must mean it truly was him.
Not now. Stars, shine for me.
Wait, hear me. Dare to mess with me? Truth repeats its course.
What am I doing? Whoa.
The floor is going up. Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Whoa. That's cool as hell.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
What? It says there's something. Oh. What am I supposed to do? It's saying that there's something down there, but what am I supposed to do with it? Supposed to smash down that wall with like your powers or something? Could do. No, I don't think so. Oh, no, never mind. Filling the room with water.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go. We'll see about that.
It's been a while since I've actually done any fighting in this game. Okay, the water is rising again. Okay, sweet.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
All right, Paimon, here I go. That was cool. So I assume I have to fight these Gerda Max. Oh yeah, okay. Like they weren't moving there for a second, so I was like,
Not now.
Worthless. Here.
We'll see about that. Truth repeats its course.
Disappear.
alright.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Yes, let's do that. Find evidence. Isn't the mouse button the center mouse wheel? Elemental sight. I don't think I can use elemental sight right now.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth?
What is synth? It's like meth?
Yep, it's super obvious.
Popular potion circulating quite widely. It gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. Producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from this trade. Seems illegal.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
Right. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research. Primordial sea, okay.
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so
Wait, are they trying to make
before.
us? Are they trying to make Fontanians like able to drink primordial seawater?
Write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone. You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vignir, who was dissolved. Oh.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
But he was trying to bring them all back. But why couldn't he just dissolve one person and try to bring them back with different methods? Unless he ran out of water, I don't know.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
Oh, right.
He was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in this.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it.
Oh.
Vacher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingles' research. From the primordial seed fet from 22. Is there more to look for? Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here, and it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Okay. So it was Vacher, but where's Vacher? Who is Vacher? It's not anything to do with that guy, or does it? Like,
let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus, Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
it's probably related to his and Jacques' case.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
So maybe it was the guy in the court right now and Vacher together.
They're all just so evil.
Clues concerning the Callus case that were found inside the bookshelf. The mastermind did not believe that Jacques would do the deed, and thus sent a third party to ensure Callus's death. The content that followed also defined the culprit's motives to some extent. But the third person shot Jacques and then went to kill Callus, but Callus took it from him, and then the third person was dissolved somehow, from what I'm understanding. Is there really more to look around for? Oh.
What's all this? Oh,
Ow.
it's a bunch of really cute things.
It's probably all the girls' stuff.
Accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Paimon.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names? Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means...
Take out the camera.
This is terrible.
Wow.
We've
All right.
looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But, yeah, we haven't found
It could be
anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Look for clues related to Vache. It's got to be something to do with the stuff on the desk, right? Okay. The pool. I doubt the pool has anything to do with. Wait, what did that say? That full of water from the primordial sea, countless sins were born of it. Nothing else here seems particularly noteworthy. Maybe something to do with objects?
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
After some time.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Venier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aww. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Okay.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel.
Wait, what? Is Marcel's dad is the one who did all this?
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Venier's grown son? Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Okay, so Marcel's continuing this? Or Venier is still alive?
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you never heard of Vache, but he's your father.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Wait, he's Vache? What? Wait, he took his dad's name as a code name? What?
Huh?
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
Oh, what? Venier picked a new name for him?
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
What?
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
I'm so confused.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignier. A promise. We made a promise. Vignier. Please, Vignier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Oh, he took Marcel because that was in her diary, I see.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth.
So, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water. Okay.
However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president, Callus, at a banquet.
Okay.
Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene.
How did he do that?
And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is...
innocent.
Guilty.
Oh. Well, obviously. I mean, I was hoping it would be like, hey, he's innocent.
Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice!
God, Paimon, you're so loud.
So many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Probably.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, Please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna attack.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
What is happening?
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Okay, damn.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either! Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable! All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, If the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
I guess. That's kind of true. Wow, that was kind of nuts. I'll be honest. Wow, what a deeply entertaining story.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him! Traveler! Hey, Traveler!
Why is he like, hey, you, quick, stop him?
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list. No, wait. I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache?
I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
What's happening? Be careful.
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember.
Oh, wow, my bus. Oh, ow, my bus.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What?
What are you saying?
I sent you my new fire t-shirt. Okay. Let me take a look at your new fire t-shirt. Delay in shipping? What's delayed? My Amazon package is delayed. Oh, they're refunding my shipping charges. Alright, cool. Control-Alt-Sleep! Good. Good. Yeah, what are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Oh, she doesn't like him anymore. I do have 20 bucks, you're right.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself.
Uh-oh, feels like she feels some resentment for him.
If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Ooh. Regan's my fiance now. She makes me din.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am the sacrifices.
Oh. She's the girls that he...
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
No! Vignier! She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
What? fuck? Later, the guards find that the culprit of this Marcel appeared to have lost his soul. What? I didn't get to read all that. What did that say? Hold on, I gotta pause the stream to read that. Okay, hold on.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping.
Later, the guards find that the.
Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shut up, Paimon, for a second. Later, the guards found the culprit of the serial disappearances case, of the young woman's case. Marcel appeared to have lost his soul. However, the final report from the physicians states that he died of massive fright. Okay.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Oh, right, because Paimon drank her drink, and it had primordial water in it. I remember.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia.
I remember
what
that.
What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since then. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come.
What I just don't understand is, so like he was technically innocent. He did it to protect his daughter in Spina di Rosula, but how did the assassin get dissolved? Like, where was Marcel then? Because I know he ended up with a gun from the assassin, but I don't know.
This
oh, well,
time,
doesn't
though,
matter.
everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wishes finally come true too.
Anyway,
Yes, it has.
I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh,
Good.
and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vaché's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. includes me.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too! We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Poisson.
You're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
I'm EB.
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
1 minute, I'm checking my phone, Navia. Give me a sec. I was trying to do something, I can't remember. Oh yeah. I remember. Okay.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be. Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh?
Why is he like that
Navia?
figure? He's standing like 2 feet from you.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette.
What do you mean human emotions?
In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself.
You mean humans? Is he not a human?
Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Yes.
Ah, so Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there? Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad. Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
I guess.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor. My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Huh? But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Huh. So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though. Their time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Is Neuvillette and Farina like brother and sister or something?
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Oh, my sibling.
Your sibling? Yeah. Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead. To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd...
Yep. Asking about the prophecy that has been circulating.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
No.
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
You didn't answer her question, but... I don't have any more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoriam.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point, huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Okay. That was a really long quest.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now.
Memory of running.
Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Navia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
That was incredibly long. I gotta wish for it, though. Where is it? Oh, it's up there. Oh, crap. Never actually spent all that much time in Fontaine. I'm gonna go get that Hydroculus up there. That's gonna be really hard to get to, isn't it? Oh god. Especially on keyboard and mouse, that's gonna be like such a pain. Yes, I got it. Okay, so these are just side quests. So I guess I could go do one. Let's go here first. Wait, where is this? Oh, it's in the Court of Fontaine. Oh, okay. Man, oh my god. The hell is that?
Yep, there's the room, and it's empty and waiting for us as promised. Navia is such a good person. Now that the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything. Even without Silver standing guard, we can just completely relax.
It's really suspicious that you're saying that,
Stay and
Parma.
rest up here for a while. Even machines in Fontaine need to stop and recharge now and then. Oh, come on! This place isn't that bad. Besides, how often do we get to stay in an actual base? Oh, fine. Remember that detective story Paimon read before? Well, the author is about to release a new book, so Paimon wanted to buy it as soon as it came out and have a quiet place to read it. Then it's agreed. Come on, let's get some sleep. We'll need to be up first thing in the morning to get in line and buy a copy.
Oh, my butt hurts. Ow.
Paimon didn't expect that style at all. Even though it's a detective novel, it's also like a social documentary. It's actually pretty good. No! Paimon just spends a bit more time sleeping than you, that's all.
Excuse me, but do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
Oh no, I don't actually. Sorry.
Huh? Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall
Who are
seeing you
you?
before.
God, you're like a
Wait,
bad celebrity.
you're not here to give us trouble, are you?
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy. Looks
Chatty
like I found
little
the place.
fairy.
Good thing I asked the Spina di Rosula. Seems they sent me the right way.
Hey, what do you mean by chatty? Paimon's always careful not to talk too much. Most of the time, anyway.
It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Nourillet wishes to see you. It seems he has something important to discuss in person.
Okay.
Nourillet? He wants to see us again already? Huh. We talked so much the last time we met. Has something happened since then?
I am not privy to the details. It would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia and asked Monsieur Nourillet in person.
If you say so, but Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
If you say so.
Now that I've delivered the message, I'll take my leave.
Thanks! We haven't left the room for a few days, so we'll head over once we've freshened up a bit.
Great. I should probably do these Steambird interview shits. Actually, it's probably closer here. Okay. Who? Oh God. Oh jeez. Gen Alpha is doomed. Oh, you're just the reputation lady. I see. Chief editor of the Steam Bird. Catherine, here I'm coming. Wait, they're puppets? Alright. Are they all puppets? Oh, I can do Fontaine stuff now, I see. Oh god, I'm kind of exhausted. Jesus. Ugh. Keepers. I guess I can continue with the tea party thing. Where am I going? Up there. Alright, I'm coming. I'm tired, man. Oh my god. I'm streaming Genshin for hours. Look, I got my big plush here from my boyfriend. Look. Look, he's always in the background of the streams. He's just chilling out. Neverlet, I'm here. I got 20 bucks. 20 Canadian bucks. Was that Vimy Ridge? Oh no, it's the monument. Okay.
Huh? Why were you just standing there? You daydreaming or thinking something over?
Yeah, why were you just standing there? You stupid cocksucker. Whoop. Wumpus.
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not. The situation is this. If I'm understanding you correctly, the Snezhnayan Harbinger known as the Knave has essentially requested a diplomatic meeting with you, correct?
The Knave?
I heard that she was originally from Fontaine, but for her to suddenly arrive here and abruptly request such a meeting like this, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan Harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on us. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right? It's like a fight between two friends. if they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Though diplomatic relations between
Feels like
Fontaine
dust
and
flying around
Snezhnaya
here.
could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends, as you did in your example.
It was just an analogy. An analogy, okay?
Yo, RG, what's up?
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet.
But it's not like...
Even if the logic of the divine is
does
not
the
immediately
Fatui run
apparent,
Snezhnaya?
its wisdom will only be revealed with time.
Like, I don't think it... I don't think that they run Snezhnaya.
Besides,
maybe
you'll
they do.
be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
She's forcing me.
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take you with me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god
Welcome to the
of
stream, by the way.
justice
Thank you for
who is
coming.
loved and adored by many. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to arrange the meeting.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party.
The knave. I don't quite remember.
I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina?
You got Arlecchino, the fourth of the 11 Fatui Harbingers. The knave. Arlecchino? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Lady Farina?
Oh, yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you. Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood. Perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent
Linny
years.
and Lynette, are they
The
both
people
harbingers?
are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, as you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui Harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice. Okay, why don't we back up a step? You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of Meripede to see Child and confirm his condition. It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that. Right, Miss Farina?
About that.
The Fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
Okay.
The knave showed up already? Well, Lenny did say that father will be returning soon. We didn't even know that Lenny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware of the situation. I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the knave.
Could the knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina can act a little weird at times, she's still an Archon.
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the Fortress of Meripede, Child recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the Fortress of Meripede. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Child's disappearance. I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Child, and it is my duty to see justice done.
Okay.
So this is what you wanted to see us about before.
Yes. I would like you to go to the Fortress of Meripede and investigate Child's disappearance. This was my proposal during our meeting with the knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Child's situation and report back to her in detail. The knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the Fortress of Meripede.
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meripede is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include exile.
You need to
just
clean up
as
this office.
before.
There's so much dust flying around in here.
The Fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles. All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention. This will save us a lot of unnecessary trouble. So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. Alright, we hereby accept this difficult task.
Reluctantly.
You too have my sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontaine's current situation.
Okay,
also,
getcha.
I hope that both of you can keep this operation a secret. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Merope's entrance on Erinius once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Prepared ourselves? Is there something we need to prepare?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside world.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped-up charges, we'll be in prison for real. On second thought, is it too late to back out?
Yeah, does Paimon have to go?
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality of life for the sake of delivering this report, you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
Now that's more like it.
All right.
Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find. We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month. Your treat.
Your
Are
treat.
you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
Mm. I'm gonna take a picture with you. Oh shit. They need to change that. Because this button over here makes me think that I'm just closing the menu. It's a good angle for this. I think that's good. Okay. That's probably gonna be my thumbnail for the next video. And that's gonna do it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I gotta head to work soon. Oh my god, my butt hurts from sitting so long. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a great stream. Lots of people came in and liked and all that. So if you guys are watching this afterwards and you would like to, if you could, if you guys could hit the like button, that'd be great. Hit the subscribe button, that'd be amazing. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified when I stream and upload videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Valentine's Day. Check out the links in the description, social medias, podcasts, some stuff like that down there, as well as the merch store. And that's it. Thanks guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.